Hi everyone, I'm Szilver Sims and I'm so happy you are here with me in this brand new video. As you've probably seen from the title and the intro, today we are building a cute little vintage pastry shop. A few months ago, maybe some of you remember, I already mentioned the idea when we last visited a bakery in-game. Back then, I thought to myself, I really need to build a sweet little pastry shop in The Sims. And for those of you who have been subscribed for a long time, you might remember that a long time ago there was a bakery on the channel. It had pastries and all that, but unfortunately I had to delete that video because well, both in terms of quality and length, it just wasn't quite right. So now I thought, since I don't currently have a speed build of a bakery or pastry shop on my channel, it's the perfect time to make one. And this isn't just any pastry shop either. You will see during the build how detailed and layered it is. When I take on a project like this, I want to make sure everything that belongs in a proper pastry shop is included. Let me tell you a bit about the layout. I used a huge lot for this, though the pastry shop doesn't take up the entire space. I wanted the unshed part of the lot to be filled with trees and bushes to give it this cozy forest-like vibe. The pastry shop itself is on the left side of the lot, and in front there's a large entrance area along with a parking space. The shop is basically split into two main sections. One side is the actually pastry shop where all the baked goods and sweets are displayed. The other side is a small ice cream parlor area for those summer treats. So when it comes to the actual build, I've designed the pastry shop in a way that when you first walk in, you are greeted by a small entry area. This isn't where the daily baked goods or fresh pastries are displayed. This part is more like a showcase space for cake decorations and custom cake design. There's a small front counter or reception area where customers can browse simple cakes for events like weddings or other celebration. There will be a few display pieces set up along with a catalog you can flip through to choose your perfect cake. There will also be a phone desk where our staff member takes care of customer inquiries. So if someone calls the shop for information or to place an order, that's where it be handled. In this little front area there will also be two tables with chairs and a small ice cream booth where you can pick from a few flavors right away. From here a staircase leads down to the main area of the pastry shop, the sixth floor, where all the actual pastries and baked goods are sold. Once you go downstairs with your sim, you will enter a cozy lounge area first with couches, a fireplace and even a restroom. Then from the lounge a long hallway opens up into the main sales area. This part will have several long counters arranged in a rectangular layout. The cash register and card reader will be in the middle, and the products will be displayed along both sides. On the right side you will find all the baked goods, bread, rolls, buns, and yes, even proper Hungarian style kifli rolls. On the left there will be all kinds of sweets and pastries, including macarons and other goodies. From this sales area you will be able to step out onto a large outdoor terrace, which is basically the main customer sitting area. It will be filled with tables and chairs where guests can enjoy the treats they we purchased. And just to make things extra special, there also be a small stage where musicians can play live music from time to time, so customers can relax, enjoy their dessert, and listen to music at the same time. Now, the second main part of the shop I want to talk about is the ice cream parlor. This will be located on the left side of the pastry shop entrance. If you noticed in the thumbnail, you might have already seen it. It's a small attached building with a service window that opens to the outside where you can order ice cream. Inside, I'm planning to set up a wall ice cream making section with special prep counters and a mini production area, so it's not just a sales counter but also a mini ice cream kitchen. You will see exactly how I imaged it during the build. And finally, there's a little extra detail that I think gives the wall place a magical touch. At the very back of the lot, there's a small lake. A bridge leads across the lake to a cozy, softly lit dining area where you will find even more tables and chairs. So if someone wants a bit of peace and quiet while enjoying their dessert, they can go out there and really relax. As you probably know by now, there's something really important I always like to mention in my videos, especially when I talk about builds on a specific lot, and that is I usually create all my builds without any expansion packs, just using the base game. However, I do use a lot of custom content. So yes, this build includes tons of CC, especially for decoration, and if you are already familiar with custom content, then you probably know that not all of it is functional. Many CC objects are just decorative, so they can be used or interest with like in-game items. For example, in this build, the cash register is custom content and non-functional. The display cakes and pastries are also CC, meaning they're for looks only. Even the ice cream items are probably decorative. That said, the ice cream bath in the front actually does work, so there are some functional elements. I always try to remind my viewers of this, especially those who want to download a lot. If you are planning to download it, just keep in mind that not everything will function as real shop unless you replace certain CC items with objects from relevant expansion pack. So for example, if you do have the Get to Work expansion or another one that allows you to run retail shops, I highly recommend swapping out the CC cash register and the bakery counters for in-game retail versions. That way you will get a full playable functional shop. I hope that makes sense and that you understand why I always ramble on about this. This slot is definitely best used if you own the expansion packs that support shop gameplay. But of course, that's also the case with many other slots too. And now I want to share a few fun facts with you about some of the dessert features in this build. These are said to be some of the most popular sweets in the world. I did a bit of research into them, how long they've been around, why they're so well loved, and honestly, it was super interesting even for me. So, the most popular cake in the world, chocolate cake. Chocolate cake became popular in the 90th 19th century. Victorian century, when cocoa powder and baking chocolate became widely available in Europe and North America. Famous versions include the Australian sourdough torte, the American devil's food cake, and French chocolate mousse cakes. And why is it so popular? Rich, sweet, and deeply satisfying flavor. A staple at celebrations like weddings, where style can be layered, filled, frosted, or glazed. And other most popular pastry in the world, croissant. Though famous as a French pastry, the croissant actually has Austrian roots. It evolved from the kefirli, a crescent-shaped bread from Vienna, after the Siege of Vienna in 17th century. Bakers supposedly created this shape to symbolize victory over the Ottoman Empire. The French refined it in the late Victorian century into the buttery, flaky version we know today. Why is it so popular? Cheese pie outside, soft and buttery inside. Can be sweet, chocolate almond, or savory ham cheese. Classic breakfast item, especially in France. And the second most popular cake, chocolate chip cookie, invented in also Victorian century by Ruth Wakefield at the Toll House in Massachusetts, USA. So added chunks of the chocolate to cookie dough, thinking they would melt, but instead they stayed in the little chips and the chocolate chip cookie was born. Why is it so popular? Crepe edged with a soft center, perfect texture, easy to make at home, loved by kids and adults, like great snacks or dessert. Yes, I like also. Second most popular pastry, baked good bagel. Bagels originated in Jewish communities in Poland during the 17th century. They were brought to the United States by Eastern European Jewish immigrant and became especially popular in New York in the 20th century. Why is it so popular? And quite texture boiled, then bake, making it dense and cherry comes in many varieties: sesame, poppy, onion, white, white, etc. Often served with cream cheese, log smoked salmon or eggs, and iconic breakfast item. Yes, and the most popular people, Dominique Ansel. Dominique Ansel is a world-renowned French baker and pastry chef, best known for inventing the croissant, a hybrid between a croissant and a donut. Yes, he has sites opted location in London, Los Angeles, and Hong Kong. Fun fact: previously worked at the prestigious French pastry shop in Paris. Why is he so popular? He's innovated and creative, constantly innovating new pastry concepts, blends traditional French techniques with modern twists. His creations are not only delicious but also visually stunning through culinary art. Interesting, yes. So, one of the best bakery, Dominique Ansel. Yes. So, thank you so much for listening to all these little stories, and I'm truly grateful you clicked on this video. I hope you enjoyed the rest of it and that you'll love this cozy little pastry shop as much as I love building it. I really tried to put a lot of thought and detail into every part of it. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be a family home build. I don't think I've done one of those on the channel before, so I'm really excited to share it with you. I hope you like the design, and so sorry my English language is really bad. I know, but I'm trying. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know what's your favorite pastry or sweet treat. I replay and share mine too. A warm welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm so happy to have you here. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a like. It really helps me out. And if you have any video ideas or requests, feel free to share them in the comments. Take care of yourself, enjoy your day, and I see you soon. Bye for now.
you.